With the data available from LUD, we thought about using them to create like an automatic data augmentations, like using this data. So first of all, why data augmentation? You probably should all know that that augmentation it's really interesting, like when you train a machine learning model or deep learning model in general, because it helps the model to generalize. Of course, it has variability to the data to minimize data overfitting, so a big thing, generalization capability of the model. And yeah, it saves also the cost to collecting like data manually if you can like automatically just create new samples. And yeah, it also can help to improve the accuracy sometimes of different models. So basically, we aim to like methods using directly the LUD dictionary that was available. So first of all, from the LUD, we retried for each Luxembourgish word like a synonym that was directly available, its English translation, and also the example associated to this word. And then going through the English versions of WordNet, we looked for the antonym of the English translations of the word that we are interested in. And from this list of antonyms, we use back LOD to find the translations of this English antonym to the Luxembourgish value or like mapping. And yeah, and then in each example that we had at the beginning, we replace by like the words we replace in the example we replace the Luxembourgish one by the antonym or the synonym in Luxembourgish then in order to create a new sample that won't exist. And so sometimes we will see after it can be a bit tricky when you have verbs, and because sometimes it's a bit easier to replace antonym when it's a noun or an adjective. But with a verb, it can be a bit complicated. So the last step, we wanted to assess the goodness of the sentence created using a so-called master language scoring that has been derived from a paper that's the link here. And we will show you a bit after the result that we obtained.
Um, so like you can see here so we show some of the examples that were created from the replacement of synonyms, which work well, and also some of the examples which were created from the antonyms, which also syntactically work well, but sometimes you can see that, for example, it's a good thing when your colleague is unreliable. So sometimes it's a bit semantically tricky, but it's still like can be used as an example for augmenting the data use. So the amount of the antonyms that we could find back and forth from the WordNet was 3,100 samples almost, mostly adjectives and also verbs. And this is the distribution of the QSs on the antonyms that were created out of 30,000 samples from LOD. And well, of course, there are challenges when augmenting the data, which maybe needs like a grammatical grammar checker to fix the problems after. Some are more semantic, so it might need some human factor to check the semantic of the sentences created after. Here you can see that some problem comes from the homonyms in English, where like the opposite does not exactly fit in the examples. Well, there is also the problem that not every antonym exists in the WordNet. And for the creation of the examples after, there needs to be, for example, for verbs, there needs to be transformed into the conjugated forms because we look for the lemma of the word is in WordNet. And for Luxembourgish, we also need to confirm the adjectives for the masculine and the neutral form of adjectives. So yeah, so we have the these results for now, but there's still need to be some improvement for the examples.
Thank you very much.